What's happening, guys? Today I want to talk about warm-ups specifically for strength athletes and a common mistake that I see many people make when it's coming to their warm-ups. Now, if you think about warm-ups, what's the point of a warm-up, right? It's to increase blood flow, it's to increase your heart rate, it's to increase the temperature of your muscles, right? It's basically to get you ready for exercise, and this is the most important part, without creating additional fatigue. And this is where most people seem to go wrong. A lot of people work way too heavy, way too many reps, and they create way too much fatigue to actually do their working weight. So when it comes time to do your actual working weight, you've already created this additional fatigue that should not be there. So for instance, there's this guy at our gym that makes this common mistake all the time. I've talked to him about it. He knows it's just what he likes to do. So by all means, I mean, if you like to do it a certain way, do it. But it makes his working weight so much more difficult. Like, say for instance, he'll come up to do a working set of, say, doubles at 405 on squats, right? When you ask him what his last warm-up would be, he'll say like, well, I did like 350 for 8. Like, whoa, that is not a warm-up. That is a working set. In fact, 350 for 8 is gonna be a heck of a lot more fatiguing than 2 reps of 405, okay? You wanna make sure that you're getting warmed up, but not making yourself so fatigued. So a better approach would be to start with your lighter weights, more reps, and then progressively increase the weight, decrease the reps over time to get to the point where you work up to a single at maybe 90 to 92% of your actual working weight. It's kind of generally what I recommend. Now, each person's a little bit different, everyone's unique. Some people need to work a little bit closer to their working weight, some people need to stay further away. It's kind of something that you need to play around with and just kind of understand your body and what works better for you. But you don't want to, whatever you're doing, you don't want to get to a point where you're just creating a lot of extra fatigue and making your actual working weights much more difficult. So, like for me personally, say if I was to work up to a double at 405, what I would probably do is do maybe like 8 to 10 at the bar, and then maybe 6 to 8, 135, and then I may do like 4 or 5 at 225, maybe 2 or 3 at 275, and probably a single at like 315 and a single at 365 and go. Something like that, all right? It's just, if you're doing way too much work, you're just making things more difficult on yourself, and there's no point to actually doing that, right? Especially if you're going into a meet, all right? If you're opening at 450 pounds, don't do a single at 440 pounds, right? You've essentially already done the lift and you've already fatigued yourself. So be smart about it. I personally like to be around 92% of whatever my working weight is or whatever my opener is. That works better for me. 90% might work better for other people. Maybe up to 94, 95 might work better for other people. But the whole point is stop blasting yourself in your warm-up and just get yourself ready to do the lift without creating so much fatigue, right? Any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.